Welcome everyone to another episode of Hazard Time Gets Lost. Today we're talking about episode 12, whatever the case may be. This is Kate's second flashback episode.
We're starting to get into doubles.
Yeah.
People are
What did you
officially
think?
having multiple flashback episodes.
Yeah. Well, that was yesterday. I mean, that was,
Well, yeah,
potentially
but I mean, like
yesterday.
now it's more than one person.
Yeah.
We're
So, what did you
noticing a
think
trend.
overall of this episode?
It's all right.
Yeah, it's a little weaker in general compared to the rest of the season.
I can see the needing to fill in. This seemed like a filler episode.
Yeah,
Not
somewhat.
completely a filler episode, but like kind of like a stopgap. Like let's kind of explore some things, but we really don't need to.
Yeah, and I think the thing with Lost is you never really. There's really only one episode of Lost that I would qualify as a filler episode, which anyone who's seen Lost would think that I'm crazy for thinking this episode is a filler episode because it's almost like essential. Because it's like this episode gives key information, but you don't really need the key information if you get what I'm saying.
Kind of.
But with Lost, there's really no filler episodes because there's still a lot of important stuff and important advancements going on.
Well,
Like,
I mean, I feel like the general vibe of this episode is kind of displayed in the opening, where we get like 30 seconds of like a scenic view of Kate picking fruit to like trancy music. And you're like, okay, all right, what's going on? Like,
but you can see how like there is stuff that's this episode is going to be relevant.
yeah.
The guns is something that's going to be very relevant throughout the season now. This is a big development. Them finding the guns. Saeed and Shannon are beginning to bond. That'll be a thing as well.
Kind of, I was like joking about that, but I guess.
Boy.
I was like, yeah, Saeed and Shannon now, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Russo, Shannon, and Saeed, huh? Two of
Yeah.
them speak French. I like her French just goes from like shit to conversational.
Well,
Like I can't speak French. Like, well,
well, she seemed better when she was translating the signal than she does now.
she just doesn't believe in herself.
Yeah. I
Like
guess she
Saeed
was,
says, if you put your mind to it, I believe you can really do this shit.
and I guess it doesn't help. She's just translating nonsense
Yeah.
too. Which, okay, here's the thing that I thought of. Uh, Shannon's translating, and she's like translating one line. She's like, "Yeah, this part's exactly the same as this other part." And Saeed goes, "Are you sure?" Like, what do you mean? Are you sure? You can look at them, even if you don't speak a language. You can look at two words and know they're identical because they're spelled the same way. It's the same amount of characters back to back. If I see two sentences in German, or okay, if I see two sentences in Italian, I'll be able to figure out if those two sentences are the same or not, even though I don't understand what they're saying. I don't know
The
why that shot out to me, but it was like, "What do you mean? Are you sure?" Like, yeah,
it's just Saeed
they
being rude.
they look the same, so obviously they're gonna translate the same. Anyway,
So, no, the character I was talking about in particular, who I was getting like sick of at this point was Sawyer.
sorry. How so?
Because he's just like on his same old bullshit again. Like, oh, you want that case, huh? Well, you got to do this for it, or like now it's mine. Like, it's like, oh my god, dude, come on. Like, he's
See,
just
I
like
feel
everything's got to have some extra effort put in for him to be kind of, he's just got to be a cool guy. Kind of be cool, not completely. He's not a goody two shoes. All right, that's like Sawyer's thing. He's like, I don't want to be considered a goody two shoes. It's like, okay, dude. Like when Jack in this episode finally just like, shut up, give it to me.
See, here's the thing. I felt like Kate was the annoying one this
Well,
episode.
no, I mean yes,
Like
her
Kate
too.
shenanigans.
Yeah,
Because like, why can't she just like level with Jack a little bit?
yeah, yeah.
Like, she's got to like try and like trick Jack into getting the case of her, and like then just say, well, like, yeah, there's guns in here, but there's also there's also
You know,
something that I
there's a little
want.
play.
Like I feel like she
Well,
could
she didn't
not
want to.
even.
I don't think she wanted to tell him she killed somebody.
Well, I don't think she has to.
Yeah, I
All she's got to
agree.
do is say like, oh, there's something personal of mine in there that I want back.
Yeah. Well,
And I
maybe
feel like
Jack would have been like, "What? Huh? What?
I
What
see.
is
I
it?"
don't think Jack would have. I think if Kate just like said out front like there's something personal of mine in there that I
Well,
want.
the problem is
Jack,
she already started lying. She's now Jack doesn't believe her no matter what she says.
I guess, but like Jack's already on board just because he doesn't want Sawyer to have the guns, right? You don't have to like extra trick Jack.
I do
Like you,
like as much as Sawyer annoys me, he still has great like dialogue. Like he's still a good character. It's just like
yeah.
they push into it just too much.
I just feel like I don't know. Kate's just being a little too Kate. Like, come
Yeah,
on,
I
Kate.
agree.
You know, don't make things more difficult than they have to be. Well,
We
I,
get
I wrote note. I wrote notes somewhere.
we get a pretty scary moment of them when they find the like pool of water, not a
Oh
pool, but
yeah,
a pool of water, and then they see some people attached to a seat from the plane underwater, which I was eating a sandwich at this point, and I don't know why, but these people were gross on the screen. Okay, I don't. It's kind of like I don't want to call it like a pet peeve, but it's just like something that I don't know. Like it's I get a reaction out of it, but when there's clearly fake dead people in movies, like you can tell like oh these are just totally sculpted
compared
plastic
to
people.
compared to real dead people in movies.
No, I don't know. But what it is, it's like there's maybe like a sense of uncanny valley or something, but it just kind of
Yeah,
grosses me out. I don't know why. I get that it's like the same vibe if you go to like a haunted house and like the the like the decorations and stuff are just like really fake, but they're trying to look real. It just grosses me out. I don't know why.
I would not want to be like swimming in that water either. That's like
No.
dead people water now. Like they've contaminated that entire water thing with their
Yes. That's now
deadness.
officially dead people water. Freaking come on. It's them and their deadness messing up our vibe over here.
I've been to that waterfall, by the way. I feel like I should point out one.
It's another location you've been to.
Yeah, and another location in this episode. At the end, they like move to a new beach, which they'll like stay at that beach for a while. They're not on the beach. They're kind of up the beach a little bit more. They still got this like shade of trees. This is where they're gonna set up camp. Beach two. They're gonna stay on this beach for a while. I've been there as well.
What's your favorite location that you went to?
Uh,
The one that made you the happiest?
I guess probably one we haven't seen yet.
The van?
No, place we just haven't yet seen. Uh,
Can everybody just dive? Is that a thing? Everybody's got like a perfect dive.
I mean, it. I feel like it'll be easy. I feel like it'll be easier for some people. I feel like there's definitely a sect of people who could just like dive for the first time fairly easily.
What kind of people?
I don't know, just like people built different. Like
Like athletic people.
I guess the athletic people, or like maybe that's just like just the just the people who aren't unathletic, or I guess.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's a skill. Like maybe it's not a very difficult skill to learn, but I couldn't dive. Like if I was jumping in the pool, I don't really know.
I feel like you could dive somewhat well. Like, you know, you have some instincts about it. You wouldn't like spread your arms out and go face first into the,
That's
you're
true.
not gonna like belly flop. I feel like Kate did the easier dive.
You
Kate
say
did like
that. Wait, I saw Sawyer's. I didn't see Kate's. What'd she do?
Kate just did like the feet first dive.
Oh, okay. She did like a pencil dive. Like,
Sawyer did like the head first,
see, you say that.
hands first, really.
Well, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, like the like free dive, whatever it is. But I totally messed up how to do something like that simple. Like there's a rock quarry here that you would go to, and like it's a like a little mini rite of passage. Everybody jumps off the top of it, and it's pretty tall. Like
It
it's
jumps off
probably
the top to where?
the rock quarry. Like it's
I
like
mean, jumps off. You're jumping off of it, but like you're just
oh
landing on more rocks.
yes, jumping into the rock. Yeah, that's true. I didn't say that it was part of the lake. Like it was
So,
it's an old rock quarry that was turned into part of a lake.
so, oh, so you're jumping into water.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I was like, what are you
I
jumping
may have
off of?
explained that. I imagined in my head. I guess I didn't need to say
I
everything,
don't know.
but there's like this cliffside, and it's probably maybe 3 stories high. Like it's pretty high, and you're supposed to jump off of it and kind of do what Kate does. Well, I jumped off of it and did exactly what you said not to do. Spread my hand, like I just like spread my arms out really far, and I didn't like lift them up or like put them into my chest. Like I just totally fucked it up. And so they like
That
smacked directly on the water. My arms hit the water, and
probably hurt.
it really hurt.
But
Probably
you
for like
still
a solid day or two, they were bruised.
you were like feet first though, at least, right? You didn't like belly flop.
No, yeah, I didn't go face first. Yeah, I went feet first. I like in my head thought of like Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator. He like jumps
Of
and he
course.
pencil dives,
See,
and
you
but
weren't focused, man. You were thinking of Predator.
but I totally just T-posed for some reason.
why,
And I get out and people are like, "Why'd you do that? That was wrong."
why do you do
I was like, "I don't know."
that? As if
Um,
you meant to. As if you meant to do that. Why'd
yeah,
you
I
do
know,
that?
right? Because you
As
can
if
even
you meant.
hear it. There's a recording of it, and you just hear like, like, and yeah, it's like I had like contusions on my arm for a while.
Why'd you do that, Dimitri? That
Just
was
like
stupid.
pain. What can I say? I'm stupid. You're not coming back on the boat. Get away. Stupid.
I
Anyway,
would have. I would have skipped that rite of passage. I'm like, nah.
yeah,
I'm,
well, I see. That's the thing. I'm the type of person who would skip it, but I was forced not to skip it, and that's why I skip these things.
See, you'd be no fun
Anyway,
on the island.
I wouldn't. No, that's true as well. Like they went in the water in the scene, like they were all like jumping in the water, have fun, and I was like, why? Why are they doing that? Like, I'm not going in the water. That doesn't seem like fun. Like I don't know. To me, it just doesn't seem like fun to go jump in and swim. I don't want to swim.
Uh, I guess talk about the flashbacks of the episode, which again weren't really anything special either. Honestly,
No, probably like the worst flashback so far.
yeah, I can see that. Just like Kate and three idiots robbing a bank, get like
Yeah,
it.
because it offers so little backstory. It's like it's really just not needed.
I
I
guess
mean, it is, but
all it's really doing is like establishing that she cares about this thing, whatever it is. But like she, we already know she cares about this thing.
yeah. And it doesn't even nothing's explained from these flashbacks. Like this for all we know, this couldn't be the reason why or perhaps isn't the reason why she's actually being taken captive or into
No,
custody.
no. I think they're maybe, I think they're maybe trying to like red herring us or something, and like in the beginning of the episode, you're thinking like, oh, this is why she's a fugitive. She robbed a bank. But I feel like at the end, when she like betrays her pal and she's like, my name's not Maggie. I think like
Yeah. Well,
she's already on the run.
well, and I think he was also kind of setting up like this is her MO. Like she's known for doing this, and so you get used to it. Like this is Kate. Like that wasn't a one-time thing with the farmer.
Yes.
So yeah, it's kind of setting up more of her behavior. Which the audience, do we trust Kate?
I suppose so. I mean, she
We
hasn't done
shouldn't.
anything to not be trustworthy.
She's lied many times.
Well, but it's like pointless lies. It's like
Yeah,
lies that only harm and inconvenience her.
and Jack.
She lies to make her life more difficult. She could have just told Jack about the about the thing she cared about, and it's like, nope, I'm gonna make it more difficult to do this.
Well, at least we don't want to hang out with her because she'd lie about something that was unnecessary.
Yes. Uh,
Uh, so Saeed's talking to Jack about like Rousseau and translating the stuff so they can help find or was it Jack wants to translate it.
well, yeah. Jack wants to ask Rousseau if she knows where
Yeah,
Claire is.
yeah. But
Like maybe she knows where the others are. Like
when's he gonna remember his pictures are gone?
I thought he, I thought Rousseau. No, I think Rousseau gives them back.
No, because he. Oh, does she?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't see most of that
I might
episode,
have
so
missed that. Okay, because I remember him escaping the torture place, and then it shows that.
or actually no. I don't think he gets his pictures back because that does come up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Well, I
the
think
last
he
thing I
knows.
saw was that he climbed out, and then the pictures were there. Like
Yeah,
it
he knows his picture is gone. I think he just chalked it up as to like, I'm not getting that back
hmm.
because it will come up again. His picture.
Because I was kind of thinking of that for some like motive for Saeed wanting to go back to Rousseau. He's like, I want my pictures back.
Well, I think Saeed just wants the real thing instead of the picture.
Well, he's not going to get the real thing anytime soon.
Mm, Not if he has anything to say about it.
Kate gets called bitch in this episode.
Mm.
I found that funny. I don't know, like it was just I didn't think.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's just kind of like I guess the bank robbery scene, like to add to the tension and like the how serious it is, but like they just kind of threw in a bitch. Like I didn't expect that.
I feel like Sawyer says it a lot, doesn't he?
He said, yeah, like son of a bitch or something. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I don't he
Oh,
gets headbutted
still.
like 3 times. Oh man, he's like, you're gonna have to find a new move or that, and then oh, gets him again.
I like when Sawyer's trying to open the case, and Michael comes up and he's like, "You're not gonna open that case."
Yeah.
And then Hurley walks by like, "What's he trying to do? He's trying to pick a lock on a Halliburton." Hurley just starts laughing. It's good stuff.
Like the moment where Saeed goes to Shannon to ask her to translate it. And she's sitting there thinking, he's like, did my brother put you up to this? And Saeed's like, what are you fucking talking about?
Like, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because Boone just walks up and he's like, "You're useless, Shannon," and then leaves.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was Boone's contribution, stealing the axe and telling Shannon she's useless.
Which we're like, I don't know, like we're in the thick of it now in terms of there's clearly defined like multiple stories going on within the island. Like
Yeah,
everybody's got their own thing going on. So now it's like it's a community with like it's a living, breathing thing.
yeah. And see, we got this whole Boone and Locke are are up to something. They've clearly discovered something in the jungle. We don't know what it is yet. Uh, I'm sure we will. I'd assume you remember what it is, right? Feel like it's pretty.
I think I remember. If it's what I'm like guessing it is,
It's a fairly big aspect of the
is it the
show.
hatch?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah, okay.
hatch.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
feel like you can't know Lost and like not know about the hatch.
I guess that's the thing. Oh, by the way, I think my neighbors, I think they've quit Lost.
That's a shame. They got to the giant wheel turning the island,
Yeah,
and
maybe. Well, because they were pretty far in. Like, I know for a fact that, well, when does Juliet come in?
three. But from what you described, it sounded like they were in four.
That's kind of, that's pretty deep to be quitting.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
I,
him watching it in like probably a solid week. So
you should ask them like, hey, you still watching
what
Lost?
I think happened was like they were watching it, and then I turned it on at night, and they just hear it in my house. They're like, that's weird. We're done.
He saw we were watching Lost, and now he started watching it. Nope, no, thank you.
Nope, not that guy.
They're just waiting for you to catch up.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Once you catch up, they'll be like, okay, let's watch it together, Dimitri. Uh, what else?
I was a little disappointed though, because I was like, we were neighbors and Lost,
Yeah.
and now it's not. I guess I grossed them out too much. I started watching it, and they're like, nah.
Don't want to be associated with that guy. Don't want to like the same thing he likes. No, thank you. You get the beach is eroding, I guess. The tide is coming up. It's
Yeah,
a good
apparently it's
excuse.
so quick that it's just like engulfing people's stuff. Like they were
Yeah.
just sitting there, and then holy shit, the tide's up here! Like,
I guess it's just an excuse to get rid of the fuselage,
yeah.
so they don't need that as a set piece anymore, which
How
we
much
haven't like seen in a little.
how much tide would they need to get rid of that? Like I know the current and everything's strong, but like, what's the physics on that?
Well, I'd assume it's not like. I would assume the tide isn't pulling away. I would assume like the tide is covering it, so that
That's
it's
a lot
still
of
like.
tide as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it's the island moving. Like I
Mm.
don't know. Like that's how the island moves with the tide.
I don't know. I was just like, that's a significant amount of water that would need to.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like maybe the tide on the other side of the island is like getting really low to like balance out or something.
Mm.
The island's like tilting. They just need an excuse to get rid of the fuselage. You don't have to think about it too much more than that.
It's like in Far Cry, like in the map editor. Oh man, I want to play the map editor now. It's like you could just raise the water level of the entire map. So it's like that's what's happening on the island. Like it's like straight across the water level's getting higher.
Yeah. And they might have been on like a lower portion of the beach anyway. Maybe once they go around the sun, the tide will lower again.
Speaking of sun, she overhears the conversation Jack and Kate have about the guns.
Oh yeah, she knows.
And she can speak English, so she knows.
She's gonna make a play for the gun. She's like, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
those guns for
She's
myself.
gonna dual wield them.
She's plotting. She's making schemes and plotting.
See, that would be interesting though, is like if somebody did get the guns, like somebody random, like Scott and Steve, how long would it take for them to take control of the island?
This is our island now.
Yeah, like whoa.
It's me, Scott, and Rash Guy. We haven't seen him in a little
Rash.
bit, but
A gun. I don't really know how to use a gun. Is this gun loaded? Like, are these bullets? Are they okay? They were in the water. Do the guns still work? Shut up, rash guy.
This is awfully heavy.
We need a
Is
new
there
gun.
recoil to this? It's gonna hit me in the face when I fire it.
Um,
But well, it might not be like that because they make a joke in one behind the scenes how like everybody on the show knows how to use a gun. They'll be like, "Have you ever used a gun before?" And then they'll like, pull out the gun, like reload it, and like take it apart and put it back together. Recruit like, yeah, I know how to use a gun.
wait, like the actors or?
Well, like the characters.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be like, they'll hand a gun, they'll hand the gun to Jin and be like, "Hey, Jin, you ever used a gun before?" And Jin will like do all this crazy shit with the gun. And, yeah, I know how to use a gun.
I feel like Michael doesn't.
Nah. Depends on where Michael grew up. Did he grow up in the? Michael doesn't seem like he grew up in like the hood.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he did.
Michael seems like he had like rich parents,
I think he was just middle class.
suburbs maybe.
Um, there's Charlie as well. He's grieving over potentially Claire.
Well, I would assume Claire.
Well, yeah, he's grieving over Claire potentially, I guess.
Well, I don't think it's potentially, but okay.
Well, potentially being dead.
Okay, well, okay, but you're making it sound like he's potentially grieving over
Well,
Claire. He might be grieving over somebody else. See the way you said that.
yeah, well, then I was like, if you say potentially after, could have mean it differently.
No, it still kind of sounds the same.
He's grieving over Claire, potentially. Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, he's sad that Claire got taken away and he got the shit beat out of him by Ethan.
Who's still just looming out there, by the way.
Who probably didn't even beat up Charlie. Like, Charlie probably didn't put enough fight in. Like, it wasn't enough of a fight for him to beat him up. Like, he probably just kind of, like, took control. Like, all right, now you're going up in this tree. Like, that's it. Like,
Well, if you say so.
well, like, Jack, he went after him. Ethan needed to, like, dodge Jack's punches. But I feel like with Charlie, like, Ethan probably like punched him in the stomach once and then like strung him up in the tree.
Good like throat chop.
Yeah, something. I'm excited for more Ethan.
He did like remember Cobra Kai where they teach him to do like the two knuckle punch that like.
Yeah, that like dismantles their chest.
Yeah. Today's lesson at Cobra Kai, we're gonna learn how to rip a guy's heart out with your.
You see like Ethan in the background, like.
I think if anybody knows Cobra Kai, it would be Ethan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. But you do get that is a really good like ending scene where Rose like consoles Charlie.
No, I actually like that little, I don't know, detail. I feel like it's something that's sometimes shied away from, especially nowadays. Like, you might not see this in a show, but like a character just being like, yeah, no, let's talk about, like, it's God, let's pray.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like now, I don't know. I'm not religious, but I feel like there's less God around in stuff.
Well, I do feel like what you'll see nowadays is like now when you have a TV show and there's a religious character like that, they're usually like a bad person.
Yeah, something like that.
It's usually like Ethan will be like, God told me to kidnap Claire. I'm like, okay, Ethan, shut up.
But it was enough for a surprising for me. Like, I was kind of shocked that she was like, no, let's pray, let's do this. And Charlie went with it. Like, it wasn't like scoffed at, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and then,
it was taken seriously.
Charlie's a Christian as well, I guess. He was an altar boy. I think he said that. I don't know. But like he confessed to the priest about.
That's true.
How difficult.
Yeah, I didn't put that together. Actually, I didn't think about that.
He confessed to the priest about how difficult his life has been since his band became extremely successful, and the priest should check out his band.
He plugged his band to the priest. But yeah, I didn't actually put that together. Is that Charlie is shown to already be a little religious? So
Yeah.
I like uh she was talking. She was Charlie was asking for help or something, and said, "Who am I supposed to go to for help?" Or she was saying something like that. And then the next shot, it cuts to the marshal's grave, which was the
Uh,
cross, which was the point
oh
of it.
yeah.
But like, I immediately was just like, "Zombie Marshall, is that who needs to help Charlie?" Like,
I was a little disappointed we didn't get Marshall in the flashback. Usually when you get a
yeah, I
Kate
wanted more
flashback,
Marshall.
usually when there's a Kate flashback, that's an excuse to bring back the Marshall because he's
So
just
we
like
do get
always
more
that.
of him.
We will get more of him, yeah. Not maybe
As
not enough. Maybe not enough of him.
long as he does another aggressive finger gun.
I don't know, but he's gotta contain those for special occasions.
He's like, pull these bad boys out only when I need to.
Too powerful.
She opens up the case and he's just like, I told you there was guns in there, Jack. He's like, what the hell are these? They're Marshall finger guns.
Or he like they dig out the graves and he's doing the finger gun,
Yep.
like rigor mortis is set in.
He's like staring right at Kate as they uncover him.
Imagine how crazy that would be if he was like still alive. Like, ha, I got you now.
Got you. He would.
Dirt,
That's like the guy who would force himself to become a zombie just so he could get Kate.
the dirt healed my wounds. I'm better now. Imagine like, or imagine they go to the marshal's body and he's not there, just like Jack's dad's body wasn't there. Like, oh
Yeah.
no, not this shit again. Someone's out there stealing dead bodies.
um, Rose has the audacity to like tell Charlie like, get the fuck up and help.
Oh yeah, I was thinking like Rose, the person who spent
Yeah,
4 episodes in a row sitting
not
down staring.
helping.
Well, I guess there was nothing to help with. I guess because they would just everyone was just kind of sitting around, like expecting Rose to go on a hike to look for the
Yes,
transceiver.
but I feel like even at that point they're like cleaning up the beach. It's like they've been in a constant state. It's this was basically like a Marvel city after any
Yeah,
battle. Like they're just gonna it's gonna be cleaning up for the rest of the the time.
moving wreckage back and forth. But yeah, it's a really nice, it's a really good scene, Rose and Charlie, and then you get the cool little bit where Shannon starts singing the
Mm-hmm.
Across the Sea song.
Yeah, it was good. I almost want to do that as like rank the episodes by endings or
Hmm.
like look at the endings specifically because all of them are so good.
Yeah.
This one interesting. I don't know if it's the first time or not. Maybe not. But we don't get the sound effect for the Lost. Like at the end, like the boom. Like it just shows up. There's
Yeah,
no
I feel like the boom is more like dramatic effect.
probably, but I don't know if we had encountered that yet.
I'm not sure. I'm watching on Netflix and usually just ends, or I don't really even pay attention sometimes.
So what is there a big difference between the DVDs and streaming?
I
Not
don't
big
think so.
difference, but is
Streaming
there significant differances?
streaming is probably better quality.
Well, I mean, like I swear I heard like people saying that there were like details cut from streaming.
Well, that's in the last episode. I feel like we talked about this already on
Probably
here.
have, but we got 100 conversations. I don't know. We're gonna
But
repeat some
but
shit.
the very last episode of Lost, titled "The End," it's like it's like some odd number of minutes long, and I guess for whatever reason, Hulu wanted to like cut it into 40-minute episodes. So they cut it into three 40-minute episodes, but the regular episode wasn't 3 times 40. So like they had to cut stuff out so it fit the three 40-minute episodes.
Hmm.
I don't know why they did that, but that's just something they felt like doing for whatever reason.
I
So
don't
like,
know, but the quality on the DVD sucks. We'll say that.
but and like when you would watch it on Hulu, you would watch the penultimate episode, and then it would go to finale part one, finale part two, finale part three, and then it had finale uncut version. So like people would watch those part one, part two, and part three without knowing they're supposed to watch the uncut version.
Yeah, it looks like this happens with every season finale.
Hmm. Well, for most of the case, it doesn't matter because you know I think they have a lot of 2 hour season finales, and I mean they all fit within that. They're all 80 minutes long. You know, the problem with the very last final episode of Lost was that it was some random odd number. You know, it was like 102 minutes or something, and then like it didn't fit properly anyway.
You have them on. Do you have them on DVD or Blu-ray? Because I know you have the special edition box set.
Yeah, I have them on DVD.
Okay.
I should get them on Blu-ray.
Ugh, I saw, man, there was somebody was selling one of those on Facebook. I almost bought it. This was like a
I
while ago. This was like years ago. They were selling for like $20 or something. And I was like,
I have the like season five. Uh, they have like a special season five edition. It, it's pretty cool. People are gonna know what I'm talking about. I can send you like a link of what it is, but it's kind of like a big deal to have. I finally broke down and like bought it a couple years ago on eBay or something. Comes with like a VHS and everything you can pop in and play.
was it like the Dharma stuff or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a whole like a cardboard box filled with stuff.
Mm,
It's pretty cool.
I'm a sucker. I tell you what, man. I'm a sucker for in universe. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like special edition stuff or like memorabilia that's in universe. So like makes sense within the meat, like what you're like the Dharma stuff, like
Yeah,
instructional, or like I remember there was a special edition of Modern Warfare 3 that came with like a journal and pictures that one of like the player characters had. Like
right.
just those little things, like stuff that's like actually in or within that universe. Like I'll buy that shit up. I don't know what to say. I'll just buy it.
This Modern Warfare came with a gun. This Modern Warfare came with the gun that Captain Price uses.
Well, what
Amazing.
game? Saints Row, I think. Maybe Saints Row 2? I think that actually had replica guns for one of the special editions.
Well, I'm sure Halo has done something like you get real world stuff, but I don't know. I never buy like I always buy the cheapest version of a video game.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time I only buy this stuff used or I'll be like given it. I think CJ had this like Modern Warfare 3 thing, and he's like, I don't want it anymore. I was like, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'll take it. Oh, you remember when Fallout 4 came out and they had like the Pip Boy you could put on your wrist and like
Yeah.
pop your phone in and you could oh, that was so cool. And like an app so you could look at your game inventory.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wish I got that. I wish that app still worked because I would like use it on my phone. I don't. It wouldn't be the same putting on my wrist, but I think that would be a cool companion for when you're playing the game.
That's why I think GTA 5 had an app like that. It was like you were able to search the internet of GTA. So it was
Hmm.
almost like mimicking the phone that you get in the game, but like you could use on your like an app. So like you could
Oh,
actually like
this
basically like
is
upgrade your car. Like you could do everything you could on the phone in the game on your phone.
this is a little. Well, I'll do this quick tangent before we get back. It'll be short. But I started playing Watch Dogs Legion. I think it's called
I've heard good things.
because they just added to Game Pass. But it was something. the game does something that I don't know if any game's ever done before, and I didn't realize that it doesn't happen a lot. But the game is set in London, so you're driving on the wrong side of the road. I guess I just never thought about like
Um,
an open world game like that where you're
I think Sleeping Dogs does that. Takes
huh,
place in China or Hong Kong. I
they
think.
do they drive on the wrong side of the road
I
here?
don't know. Let me see. That's something interesting. I think there is another. I think Mafia London or something did the same thing.
I'm sure there are other games that do it, but I don't know. It was just like something I hadn't thought about. That like, oh, yeah, you don't. I guess you don't see this often in
No,
video games.
it's true. It's,
But
uh,
I lost interest fairly
I
quickly in
heard
that.
I heard good things about the other Watchdog games.
I couldn't get into two. I
Hey,
like one
Jill.
a lot, but I don't know. I just lost interest in two. I mean, in Legion, I'm just playing Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Is that one of those like builder games?
Yeah, you like build your park. It's kind of cool. Just taking a break from Starfield. If you do some
You
Starfield,
played a shit ton of Starfield, haven't you?
I think so. Like
Yeah, so
it's
Sleeping Dogs,
annoying
it
that
looks like it's
Xbox doesn't.
actually on the other side of the road.
What?
I think Sleeping Dog. I looked up some gameplay because I needed to figure that out. But yeah, I think it is on the other side.
It's annoying that Xbox doesn't keep track of like your game time like Steam does.
Yeah, I really like that feature.
Although like, I don't know, it could be a bad thing too. You might not want to know how long you spend playing a game.
I kind of
I
do.
spent I spent 800 hours playing Gary's mod. Oh my god, what have I done with my life?
Well, actually, let's see. How do you see that? I know I used to be able to. Oh, 758, not quite 800.
You're getting there.
Yeah. Not as much as actually you'd think. Like, some people have that on multiple games, you know?
Some people like getting the thousands.
Yeah, but like on more than one.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Then I feel like certain games you can like you have to get high up. Like DayZ, you're not really playing DayZ unless you're in like the tens of thousands of hours. Then you're actually playing DayZ.
I wonder what the
Okay,
most, like, the record is for most played game. It's got to be like some MMO.
you can't like you can't casually play DayZ, which is the big problem with DayZ.
Yeah, it's one of those games. You like, if you're gonna, you got to devote like hours to it every session. But let's, DayZ, I have 65 in DayZ on Steam.
That's a lot as well.
I mean, is it though? Not really.
And it's a lot for DayZ. It's a lot for a game that's not really all that much fun.
It's a lot in DayZ to be bad at it at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
that's the worst part. Is like, if I go on Gary's mod and look at it, be like, oh, 758. It's not like I'm good at Gary's mod. Like, that's 758 hours devoted to nothing.
Mhm.
I don't. What are your Steam hours? Like, what's the most you've played?
Probably Gary's mod. But like I don't know, to get back to Lost Row
Ooh,
real quick while
DayZ is
you
my
look up.
second most. Like, there's nothing that's coming close.
Oh wow. Uh I like the little scene where Sawyer's trying to break the case open. Like it's so cartoony the way like Kate just like runs up and
Yeah, I know.
snatches him. Whoop, whoop, whoop,
I-
whoop, whoop, whoop.
yeah, that's good. I thought of that. I was gonna mention it, but I forgot. But she just kind of like scurries, like, I got it. Like,
Like she should have cackled.
like
That would have
some
made it a lot better if she cackled while she did it.
some wily coyote shit.
uh,
Again, it's kind of Kate. Like, I don't know. She's. It was funny, yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else.
Because it's like immediate too. Like Sawyer drops it, and then he's like, "Oh, son of a bitch!" Like, he looks down, and is like, "Got it."
No, don't do that. And we do find out that it's a toy airplane that she's looking for, and it belonged to the man she loved, or potentially the man she killed.
No, the man she killed, not potentially the man she killed.
Yes, which I guess you can assume that both are true. That she did love this guy and she did kill him,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
would I think it would lead. I think it's going to lead you to believe that like she didn't like she's more responsible for his death. You know, she
The
didn't like
man she got killed,
yeah, she didn't like put a gun to his head and blow him away. You
or
know,
the man she had to kill. Like when she said that, and she was so broken up over it, to me it seemed like it was something she had to do.
he was
Like
bit
it
by a
was,
walker, and I had to put
yeah,
him down.
yeah. No, I was thinking like to get away or something. I don't know. Like he wouldn't give up.
It's the farmer's airplane. And Kate was more close to that farmer than we led to
The
believe.
man I loved. Kate just like enters into existence like in an empty field one day, like Terminator style, and then just starts like lying to people, like going on the run. So that yeah, she's actually alive for like a month when she met that farmer.
This is even her airplane. She just lied to some guy. Like, oh, opened a safe deposit box. All there was an airplane in it. So like, shoot. I guess I gotta build a lie around this airplane now.
That or Jack's like, I'm guessing this is what you're looking for, and she's like, oh fuck, this is not what was in here, not what I thought was in here, but yeah, Jack, this is it. It belonged to the man I loved. That's a lie. I killed. Oh, I believe you now.
She just really wanted the guns. That's what it was all
Yeah,
about.
that's. Where do you think Jack put the guns? I was thinking that like right afterwards. I was like, because Sawyer's gonna become sneaking around. Is he gonna sleep with it between his legs like Sawyer did?
I'd assume Jack can probably find a hiding place.
He's got like a little cave, like a little section of the cave built by Michael. It's like structurally
Yeah,
secure, and he's
I was
got
gonna
like
say that.
bodyguards.
I was gonna say he's gonna have Michael build like Michael constructs a safe for him because Michael's a construction worker. So
Yeah, he's like manned guards there 24/7.
did we talk about like did we question it like do construction workers know like
Yeah, we
integrity and stuff?
definitely question that. We question it. Do the construction workers know the integrity of cave systems?
But even not just like caves. I feel like nine like I feel like 9 out of 10 construction workers are just like drones, like
Yeah, like your
hammer
typical laborer is not gonna
hammer
just
this in, hammer this in, hammer
your
this
labor.
in.
I was like under the impression that like he was some sort of like foreman dude
Uh,
or like
Maybe we'll have to see. I think not next episode. Next episode isn't Michael's episode yet.
long time coming for that.
Well, 20 episodes. I feel like you got to keep it in anticipation. I'm sure everybody watching's waiting for Michael's flashback.
Yeah, but it's just like if I were watching this for the first time and it was like being aired every week, like I would probably be hoping I would get a new flashback episode for like a character that I have, like Michael. But then they give us a Kate number 2, and I'd be kind of disappointed.
Hmm. I guess they want you to like Jack and Kate more.
Not doing a very good job of it with Kate.
I mean, Kate's fine. She's just a little annoying in this episode. A lot of people don't like Kate though.
I mean, she's okay. It's just like I don't really
A lot of people,
like her as a character. Like she's not one of my favorites.
there's a lot of people who don't like Kate. There's a lot of people who don't like Charlie.
It's kind of hard to dislike Charlie. You know, he hasn't really done much.
There's some big Charlie hate out there. Charlie has a less than stellar episode in, I think, season 2. There's some Jack hate out there as well. The source of Jack hate really comes from Jack being in conflict with Locke, which, like, I don't know, you're not getting the show then. If you hate Jack because he's disagreeing with Locke, then you're like not.
Do you is Locke one of the more liked characters?
Yeah. I feel like we've had this conversation before as
Probably.
well.
Probably.
Like, Locke is amongst these people right now. The 3 most liked characters are going to be Hurley, Locke, and Sawyer.
Why Hurley?
Why not Hurley?
I don't know. Like Hurley, it's
He's
kind of
just
weird.
so he's just fun and lovable and doesn't do anything wrong. He's good old fun time Hurley.
I guess. I guess. I think part of the like I want to like Sawyer, but they just do such a good job making him really frustrating.
Well, characters got. See, that's a good thing about TV is characters can grow on you, and characters can change over time as well. We'll definitely get some growth for Sawyer. I'm sure over time Sawyer will be a character you come to like more as he gets less frustrating.
Like, we should have done. You know what I should have done is made a list like at the beginning, like top 10 characters. What I think they're gonna like. These are how I think the show's gonna end, or like this is what I think my list is gonna be for favorite characters at the end of the show, and then compare it.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's tough because there's a lot of characters to be introduced that are going to have a big
I feel like I know
impact as
most
well.
of them.
Yeah, you might know of them, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would make this list with the idea of the characters that I had, and then when I actually watch the show, and at the end, we'll see what I actually choose.
the list is just going to be your top favorite Meet Kevin Johnson characters. Number 4, Captain Galt.
Well, I don't imagine Captain Galt is in many more episodes than what I've seen. So,
Captain Galt. I bet Captain Galt is going to be one of my favorite characters.
he doesn't beat those men to scare you. He beats them to save your life. All right, I think that's episode. I don't think we need to talk about anything else.
I guess we should rate the episode now.
Yeah, 7.3.
7.3.
Yeah.
7.3.
I like how surprised the bank guy was. Like he was really trying to parse what's going on in his head. Like, wait, what?
Huh? What?
Like,
It's like the image of like the math equations floating by the
yeah.
guy's head.
He's like, I saved you, lady. Because he's like, just let the lady go. He's like,
The
wait.
lady. The lady chose this bank. The lady shook. Or maybe it was the girl.
The girl, yeah, I think it's the girl.
The
But
girl
he was
chose.
just like, what? What's going on?
You said
You were a
7.4.
photographer.
You said 7.3. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 7.6.
That's fair.
I mean,
I was a little tough on it.
put 7 point Y. Why did I put 7 point Y, not 6? There you go. So far, this is my. So far, I've rated this my least favorite.
Did I as well?
Nope.
What was worse than this?
Pilot Part 2
I
was a
really
7.
hated Pilot Part 2, apparently.
And Sun's episode was a 7 as well.
Oh, I think I've just kind of like unknowingly started rating higher because I think I don't know.
I guess
I don't
you're
agree with
enjoying it
that. Sun's
more.
episode is this should be higher than that. I don't know.
I guess you're enjoying it more as time goes on, I suppose.
Maybe. I think I was just. I don't think I've established the rating system in my head at that point.
You want to change Sun's episode?
Um. Well, I already know it's higher than a 7, but again, you kind of look at it as like, is this a 7 compared to everything else in TV, or are we kind of being like 0 is the worst Lost episode? You know.
No. 'Cause even the worst Lost episode is not a 0.
Well, but I'm not saying it is a 0. It's just the worst Lost episode.
Yeah, but still, worst Lost episode is better than a lot of than some of the best episodes of different TV shows.
Well, that's the point. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Exactly.
whatever. It's always like what I wondered in sports games. Like these
Sports
characters,
game.
like they have the ratings from like 0 to 100. Is 0 the worst player in the league, or is like 50, or is like 0 you're like wickedly unathletic person in like a world, like just a slob who can't do anything, and like 100 is like the top running back in the NFL.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that
Yeah.
scale? Or is like 50 the average individual?
I suppose. I don't know.
No.
Be interesting.
Anyway, I guess that's our episode.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I mean, it's a fine episode. I like the scene at the end. It, that's a really great scene. Rose and Charlie.
Yeah.
She's talking about her husband. She thinks her husband's alive, even
Well,
though
he
he
is
was on the
alive.
other side of the plane.
He is alive.
Yeah, that's what she thinks.
Hmm.
I guess we'll find out. Uh,
There's a fine line between denial and faith. Okay.
Not much Michael though. All Michael does is laugh at Sawyer.
Yeah, not much Michael, not much Jin.
No Jin. Well,
No Jin.
Jin's still got the problem of not speaking English.
He's also.
It's
I think last time we seen him, he still has his handcuff on.
yeah, he'll have that on for a while. He doesn't just magically take it off. What
Well,
happened to the?
some people magically get rid of asthma, so.
Yeah, it's true. Well, Sun doesn't have a plant that gets rid of handcuffs. Okay, she knows the plant that gets rid of asthma. She doesn't know the plant that gets rid of handcuffs. Where's the
Scientists
key?
still looking for that.
Did they? Well, Kate had the key, right? Because she took the handcuffs off her. What did she? Like, did she just like
She
drop
just
the key?
tossed it.
Like, yeah, fuck this. I'm not gonna need this anymore.
All right, that's episode, I'd say.
Yeah. Uh, thanks for listening, guys, and we will see you next time.